so we can be free.
Yo, what's up YouTubers, my name is SemperFi-HonorNL and today I'm here with a new video. We're gonna talk about EA Play and their announcement for the In the Name of the Tsar DLC, the next coming up DLC for Battlefield 1. Of course, we've already had the They Shall Not Pass DLC for Battlefield 1, which was actually quite the blast if you ask me. But we got a new DLC coming up and a lot of people went completely nuts and went full bitching mode, so to say, once the date was announced for, well, we don't have an exact date yet, but we got the month for the release for the next DLC In the Name of the Tsar, which is September 2017, and people went, well, the game is already dying, it's not a great game at all, there's not much to do, there's a lack of content, and isn't it too late? Isn't it stupid and retarded to release something in September and not to release anything during the summer? And we promised some kind of release of DLC during the summer. Well, to jump in on it, I've been trying to look it up, and there's actually no promise of actual DLC to be shared in the summer. The only thing that we were doing it was expecting it based off Battlefield 4, based off Battlefield Hardline, that we were going to get some DLC during the summer. And when it comes to it, we're actually still getting DLC this summer because there's a revolution going on in Battlefield, as they shared it from EA Games, where they show up the 2 night maps that you could have played already on the CTE if you have it. Of course, if you are playing on console then you haven't played it yet. By the way, the CTE is coming for console. They are really close. If you wonder why it's taking so long, that has to do with the fact that the console manufacturers are doing, well, they're demanding some couple of things. It's hard because of the regular updating of the DLC. It's not easy to put it on console. But anyway, during the summer, we're actually going to get the 2 night maps on June. This month, we will be getting the map Nivelle Nights, sorry, almost wrong, and the next month in July, we'll be getting the map Priest de Tahur, which is basically Amiens 2.0, and Nivelle Nights is a big trench map, which, in my opinion, is quite boring. But still, we're actually getting, some stuff during the summer, but many people expected the In the Name of the Tsar DLC during this summer, which reminds me that the DLCs shall be released way up to 2018. I believe it's Apocalypse. The Apocalypse DLC is the last one that's due, is to be released somewhere in Q1 2018, which is a little bit weird if you know that in 2018 we'll be getting a completely new Battlefield in total. So while we're still, playing Battlefield 1 and getting some content, a new Battlefield is around the corner. But so yeah, In the Name of the Tsar DLC is coming up this September, and people are like, okay, it's a little bit too late, Battlefield 1 is dying. Is that true? No, that's actually not true. Battlefield 1 is the biggest Battlefield we've had so far, and we actually have seen 50% more copies being sold than Battlefield 4. And while people say player numbers are dropping, well, of course they are always dropping, but most people use a tracking website that's called BF1 Stats and BF4 Stats, and these track every 24 hours, and you got to be aware that not everyone plays every single day, so it's kind of a wrong picture if you ask me. But there's something interesting regarding the DLC, and that's worth noting, worth mentioning, is that this DLC is the most extensive Battlefield DLC so far, which means that the next DLCs, Turning Tides and Apocalypse, are going to be bigger than In the Name of the Tsar DLC, which on itself is already quite big. We're getting new operations, we're getting a total of 6 maps, we're getting 11 new weapons, 3 new vehicles, including a heavy armored car, which looks quite interesting, and some big ass coastal guns we can use, and it looks like naval warfare is actually going to be a thing, as we're also getting a landing craft. So In the Name of the Tsar DLC is looking very promising, and of course we're also getting the Women's Battalion of Death. Some people are really salty about it, but the fact is that the Women's Battalion of Death did indeed exist, though indeed the amount of women in World War I were only around 5,000 or something. But still, it's part of history, so nobody cares if you actually just want to enjoy the game. So this is it for this time. A quick roundup of the DLC. I hope you're waiting for it. We're looking forward to it, and you can expect the DLC from SemperFi servers in the future. This was it for now. Like if you like it, dislike if you dislike it, and until next time.